So now that we know how to find and add plugins to our website, it's time to talk about how to use these plugins. So let's go ahead and click under Plugins, Installed Plugins. And so again, this is a screen where you can activate or deactivate any plugins. And what you'll notice here is Contact Form, and this is the plugin that we installed in the previous video. So if we click on Settings, it'll take us to a place to set this form up. The first thing it asks you is to decide where the contact form data will be sent. For example, when someone completes a contact form on your website, where do you want that information to be sent? The first option is the user's email address. So if I'm using this user account, Express Website Sample, then it will send the form data to the email address that's associated with this username on my WordPress website. Or I can also choose a particular email address and type in such as michael@michael.com. That is where the information from the contact form will be submitted to. So also you want to scroll down here and check off additional options, and this will allow you to set up all the different form fields for your contact form. I would highly recommend going back to Plugins, Installed Plugins, and looking through the FAQs and support links so you can start looking at how people are setting up their forms. The whole purpose of this particular video is to show you how to set up the settings, but not go into the specific details of the settings. So look through the FAQ and support links and create the settings that you want for your contact form. So the last thing to mention is that when you activate a plugin, there will usually be an additional option added to your left-hand navigation on your dashboard. And in this case, it's right here. It says BWS Plugins Contact Form. A new tab or link is usually added to your dashboard because this is where you will control the settings of that plugin. Each plugin will likely have its own option to control the settings. Your new tab or link to control your plugin can show up in different ways. It can show up as its own tab, such as in this example, or it might be under your settings tab and you'll have a new option here. It could also show up under your tools and be an option under here. Or it might even show up under your widget section as an available widget. Where your new tab or link shows up to control your plugin totally depends on where the plugin author decided to put it. Now, I'd highly recommend you finding some plugins to install onto your website and play around with setting up the setting. Remember that most authors will have documentation on setting up and troubleshooting the settings, so make sure to seek help from the plugin authors if you're having issues.